All right, guys, I am back and we are going to start by like throwing in some of the flips, what we think kind of looks the best. Just going to kind of try to see, these are more like muted roses. So I don't know that the fabric flick really matters as far as like coordinating, but we'll just, how about we just do this one for that. We'll just make sure everybody has a flip, and then we will start, looks like, oh, I know why I left that there, because we're going to glue in some pockets probably. And I didn't decide whether I wanted the pocket on top of it or underneath it. So, let's see, we've got bright and cheery and some butterflies. So how about we do one of these? Okay. Okay. So we got birds and flowers. So what if we did, this one kind of matches in there with some of the brighter colors, huh? Yeah, okay. All right, and this one is more muted and butterflies, so let's just go ahead and keep with the cover color for that. Okay. All right, we've got this one, also kind of muted, so let's go ahead and use the one, the fabric that matches that one as well. Okay. We got a tapestry one, muted pinks. There's some blue. How about we do one of those? That one will look good, I think. Oh my goodness, guys, we are getting there. At least I feel like we are. There's a couple that I wasn't sure of, the ones with the music and the bees, because people said like I had a couple of interests in them, but I'm gonna go ahead and decorate them because I haven't heard back from them. So yeah. All right, so greens. How about we do this really cute little yellow one here? Yeah, I think that'll go good. Okay, and then we have our little blue journal. Okay, blues, browns, and birds. And I was thinking maybe this one for that. Okay. Orchids, browns. So I was thinking actually this one, this other one here for that one. Okay. All right. Blue butterflies. All right, what do we got here? Kind of a collective. What if we did, see, they're thinking this one or that other one. I think we'll do this one. Okay. Oh, sorry guys for all the noise, knocking stuff over. All right, so butterflies, some orchids. Let's just go with the cover fabric on that one. Okay, and so these are the ones that you haven't seen in a couple of videos. I'm gonna go ahead and put a flip in them. And just set them aside. Again, like I said, these are the ones that didn't really, like, I had interest in them, but I haven't heard back from the people yet. So we're just gonna toss some in here. And how about that? We're only gonna have like 2 extra flips. And then probably later I will, at the very least, like find a flip through, or like do a flip through of these ones. Because we're gonna go ahead and dress them anyways. Okay, so just 2 extra flips. Okay. which I think we knew that going into it. Okay, so, and then I just went through and took a bunch of the scraps and made a bunch of clusters, which I'm certain we'll have to probably make more. But I just, yeah, I had, you saw it, I had all kinds of scraps floating around. So, yeah. All right, so like I said, we are going to trying to decide what to do next. I think we'll just glue in some of these. I'm going to go ahead and trim out any of the strings that I have. Most generally, I like to put these kind of pockets in here, especially if they're matching. And it looks like I didn't do any inking, so I'm going to just throw a little bit around the edges, kind of blend it in. Hope everybody is doing well. It was an interesting weekend to say the least. I kind of mentioned it yesterday, but yeah, ears, I guess. Can't always be as open as you would like to be, right? It's just really, I guess it's just really sad for the kids and I. Just, you know, when there's a problem and they refuse to acknowledge the problems, or at least acknowledge it to the people they hurt, makes it kind of difficult, I think. So, yeah. Anyways. Made for an interesting Easter. I watched the movie The Passions of Christ, and I hadn't seen it before. We've had it for a long time, but I hadn't really seen it before, but I watched it on Easter. Boy, I mean, you have to kind of, like, it's like English subtitles, right? But it's done in, I want to say it's Hebrew, but I don't know that for certain because I don't know much about that specific thing. But if you haven't watched it, I think it's very, very much worth the watch. I know it's really probably not for everybody, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty eye-opening. I mean, there's one, you know, there's reading it and then there's watching it, right? For me, that was pretty profound. Because, you know, I don't think your imagination really does it justice of what Jesus did and what he really went through. And so that was pretty, like I said, reading it and imagining it are completely different than watching it being reenacted. So, yeah. That is what I did on Sunday. I'm not going to lie, that movie does mess you up a little bit. Okay, I'm just taking off the extra edges there for these cutie pies. Okay, and I guess another question I have is, do you guys want to see all of the journals going together? Or do you want me just to put, like, do a couple of videos of them, like, just of the... Sorry, I was looking to see which way is the right side up before I get all crazy and glue them in. Okay, so then I go and I find another page to put them on. So we'll start here, and I'm going to put them on this tea stain paper here. Do you want to see all of them go together? Or do you want to just see a couple to give you an idea? And then we just do a flip through of all of them at the end. I am fine doing either, but just know that it's going to get tedious. Oops. There's going to be almost like a couple of duplicates, because I really could put all the pockets in and stuff like that of most of the journals. Okay, then I flip to the other matching side there. And then I obviously put a pocket there. And then we can do like the covers together of each one of the journals. Like I said, I mean, I could probably turn this into like an all April event if we wanted to, but I don't know that you guys want to hang with me that long. Okay, so let's skip a couple of pages. Let's go to this coffee dyed paper. I'll put the pockets on the inside here. I'm going to go ahead and just do 2 sides so that this becomes a tuck, like so. Because I know we have a couple of new journalers, so I'm going to glue those over here so it becomes a tuck instead of another pocket there, because we already have the pocket here, okay? Maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll just glue in all the pockets and then we'll just save the decorating for, I don't know why I like glued or inked some of these and didn't ink other ones. Isn't that weird? All right, so then there's the center. So let's find, let's do here. All right, fabric flip or belly band on this side. Let's do the belly band on this side and the fabric flip on the other. So we need to take it down. Oh, just about perfect. Okay, and these ones are not inked. So I've got to ink that. Okay, well, let's find the other one over here. And then this one I am going to use my Fabri-Tac. Okay, that flower pops up just a little bit. Okay, I'll let that sit open for a minute till it's dry. And let's find the paper that went on the inside here. Okay, I think it was this one. Okay, so give me 2 seconds. I'm going right over here to the cutter to cut off the branding strip, and then I'll bring over the small cutter, Maybe we will. Gotta get it out here. Okay, I'm gonna go, I think, with probably 5.5 inch pocket. Because I think I'll go right to that edge. Yeah, about 5 inches. Okay, and then we're just gonna make it easy and make a tag out of this really quick. And we'll ink it and toss it in a pocket. Okay, I'm gonna take that down just a little bit more. Didn't quite get the rest of that branding strip off. Okay. I keep forgetting to put my glue, the cap back in my glue, as always. You know what, here in a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video really quick and see how many minutes it took me to get to this point. And then I will know how many more journals I can do roughly in like an hour. Okay, we'll set that up there because we can, oh, well, actually, let's just put it in the bucket and then we'll know we have it. Make sure we're not tacky anywhere. Okay. Because it kind of is a bummer that I'm covering that up, the little bow, but it is what it is, right? Okay. Next one. Yep, covering up most of the roses. That's all right. It is what it is, right? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it really quick, see where I'm at on time, and then we'll pull out a couple more to put together really quick. All right, be right back. All right, guys, I think we can probably get 2, possibly 3 more done. See, this one doesn't need pockets on the inside here. So we're just gonna speed along. So one thing I noticed that I got to thinking about last night, and I've been kind of thinking about the last couple of months, is that, and this isn't a bad thing, I'm just saying, like, I kind of boxed myself in socially, right? Like, I used to be pretty active in our community, and I think a lot of it had to do with COVID and restrictions and, you know, the things that we have all been facing all year. And all of my friends are like online buddies, right? So I think I mentioned yesterday, I went ahead and joined a fitness club. I'm kind of hoping to make some friends there. Maybe there's some other sad, pathetic moms out there that want to join me in the revenge body era, if you will. Because I don't know, does anybody else do that? I don't know. I'm kind of just feeling, I don't know that I would necessarily call it revenge body, but definitely, I think as kind of a stay-at-home mom, I've like really let my health suffer. You know, I think in a way, I don't know if this is true of everybody, but I have gotten a little complacent on taking care of me. I've lived and breathed my kids for 20 years. And I mean, yes, I have this, which I started once Grace kind of got to the point where she didn't, I mean, of course she's always going to need her mom, but you know what I mean? Like she was more completely independent. I started kind of withdrawing from like kid activities, so to speak. And I don't mean like withdrawing from life, so to speak, but definitely from, you know, volunteering at the schools and, you know, things like that. So, oops, and I dropped a pocket. Hold on. I don't know if anybody else did that. Did you guys do that? Like, I mean, this year, or is it like you've noticed like the last few years? I don't know. I was kind of reading through some studies too about like, you know, social medias versus, like actually like human to human contact, and how we're almost more lonely now that we're so connected than we were before. So I wonder, do you guys think that that's true? I mean, I guess I can kind of see a little bit of it. So yeah, I think I'm going to start getting out in nature more. I mean, not that I mean, I live in the country, so, right? Like, I'm surrounded by nature, but, you know, I find myself rarely going outside to enjoy it, right? Well, one, because I hate the cold. So the winter's kind of a no-go for me. That's an epic no when it's cold and gross. I mean, I only go out when I have to in the winter, but, yeah, I'm thinking I need a life. So, yeah, I mean, I've been working out at home, so I mean, that's been good, but I can, yeah, I think I'm feeling ready to kind of venture back out into this beautiful, bright world. Okay, I was like, why does it feel like I didn't snip all those? Because I didn't. I didn't snip them all. You know, I got to thinking I could probably make another 20 or 30 journals and still not end up using all of those pockets and stuff that I've made. Which I think is funny and sad at the same time. That's all right, right? Maybe we'll do another, like, summer epic making, huh? Those are these pockets look like. Okay. Don't really like it next to that. What we did here, is that far enough? That is not far enough away. Did I already try that one? Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Sorry, I was making sure I was going to end up gluing the right sides of the pocket. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot to do? When I came out of the camper this morning, I forgot to turn off the propane. So yeah, that's gonna ride my brain until I go out and do it. So yeah, we'll decorate these two, and then before I film any more, I will get my keister out there. And I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything, it just wastes propane that doesn't need to be wasted. Okay, it's gotta come down closer to the stitching. I have a superintendent meeting too tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not overly excited about it. Because I gotta be around a bunch of people I don't particularly care for. Like, I like some of them, but really, come on, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take just a little bit here. I know you guys have, some of you that are new are going to be like, superintendent of what? Okay, so we are a 4-H family. Gracie is very, 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 very into 4-H and FFA and pretty much animal anything. So that said, I am one of the rabbit superintendents for our county. So yeah, there's that. And I'm also what they call a key leader, which is the education part of the rabbit project for the county. Yeah, just interesting times. I'm wishing I had left that bottom piece a little bit because the stitching is a little tatted now. That's all right though. Just adds character, right? So yeah, we have to have meetings because now I mentioned it a few months ago. They've now transferred. It used to be like the county ran the county fair, but now it's the county, or the venue that now runs the county fair, which is governed by our county commissioners. I know, totally weird. And then we have the Livestock Committee, which is the livestock auction portion of the Lerma County, or I guess I just said our county. Oh well, I don't really care. Most of you already know I live in Colorado. Anyways, so then there's the Livestock Committee, and then there's like the county, like I said, that teaches the kids the projects. It's all kinds of weird. But I don't necessarily disagree with the decisions that they made, because unfortunately our county is riddled with well, there's no other way to say it but a bunch of cheaters. And so and I mean not the kids, like adults. Like, I'm sure we have all witnessed those kinds of things. So basically they're trying to negate the whole favoritism and cheating aspect of everything, which I agree with. However, the transition is turning out to be a little more tricky than I think anybody actually really thought. So there's growing pains. There's always going to be growing pains. Okay, so yes, I like. I'm gonna pull the rest of those strings out, maybe. I think I'll just trim it now. Okay, so this one has its pockets in it. I'm gonna go and leave it open, but set it over here on the side so that can dry. Let's try to get this one done. So, oops. When I'm saying oops, it's because I just dropped out the belly band of one of the journals. Got it. Okay. So if we can get this one done and maybe another one, and the reason I'm saying this one is because it's already got the outside pocket or the inside cover pockets already done. So maybe we can actually get 4 done in a video. Okay. Kind of wishing I'd already had all this inked, but such is life, right? Oh, so anyways, back to the county thing. So, okay, so here's the other thing that I find a little bit like ridiculous is that a lot of us are still serving the exact same roles as that we did before. So it's really, you know, it's not like they picked like different superintendents to run the fair. They picked the same people. So like, really, you're not fixing anything if you have the same people. I mean, I happen to be honest, and I don't cheat. And in fact, like the fair before last, I felt so bad for Grace, and I think I said it way back then. So obviously, as Grace's mom, you know, of course I have knowledge of the project, right? Because I have to teach all the kids, right? Well, we had a set of girls that hadn't been to any of the meetings, like the training meetings or anything like that. So they come to fair, not very prepared, but they bring their project, the meat pins, right? So they ask me, how do we pick our meat pin? It's like, part of me was like, well, if you had showed up to any of the meetings, you would know this. But, you know, being me, and the sole reason I do it is to help the youth, not for any other reason. I helped them pick the meat pen. Well, they ended up winning the champion spot, which then obviously I felt bad for my daughter, right? Because, whoops, her mom picked the winning meat pin for a different kid, which kind of sucked for her, right? So yeah, that, you know, it's just, it's who I am. I don't know how to cheat. I don't think. I'm like, I would, especially with kids, like I don't understand how people can do that, but I mean, I know it takes all kinds, but she was so mad at me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we had some trust issues after that, and I told her, I was like, okay, so from here on out, you're gonna have somebody else pick your meat pins. That way, you know, and I mean, she understands, because that's, I mean, we have always tried to teach integrity, even if it costs us something, right? Because there's nothing worse than losing your integrity and your dignity over something, right? So she understood. I mean, it's not like I did it on purpose, but I wasn't also gonna mess up somebody else's chance, right? Ugh, the trials of being a mom and being involved in the, you know, in a leadership role of the thing your kid's doing, right? I don't know. Anyways, that all said, she has decided that she's doing the goat project this year. That ought to be interesting. I'm not really for sure why she decided to do a goat project this year. Our friends are sponsoring her for her first year, so they won't be too much like out of cost or like out of pocket expense. Thank you, Tracy, for doing that for Grace. But we're having issues finding goats. Same thing that happened with rabbits. Oh, by the way, we ended up losing those other two. So I can't show you the baby bunny pictures. So we're going to breed again. And we're going to supplement feeds. Yeah, we lost all of them. All of the litters were like a whole loss. So that was a bummer for Grace. Plus, most of you who've been with me for a while know that she lost her show rabbit in childbirth. So yeah, it's just been like crazy, weird losses all the way around. And a lot of us in the livestock community are kind of starting to think it might be environmental. Because even last year, there was a ton of losses too. So I don't know. Okay, belly, nope, other pockets. Okay. Almost got confused there for a minute. Is that too close? That's too close. Let's find a different pink paper maybe. I actually think I'll probably call this video good at the end of this one. I'm getting a little hungry, so I'm gonna go eat me some lunch. And then I'll come back and film tomorrow's video. And sometimes when you dye papers, you're gonna clip the edge. I leave them because it gives the journal character, in my opinion. And then I just make sure that the glue, the tear glues down so that it's not snagging on things later. Okay, then we'll do, what do we do here? Kind of like that there. So let's take this one down. Okay. Keep forgetting and pulling it right like close to my face. Sorry guys. Okay, let's flip over there and get that fabric flip glued in, and then we will call it a day. And I will just see you back tomorrow. And if I get it recorded ahead of time, which I'm hoping to, then we will It'll be like in the morning when you see it. If not, it'll be afternoon like this one. Okay, there we go. All right, we are on our way. We got 3 done, plus some of the other stuff there, getting them all organized. So yeah, when we come back, I will work on these other ones. I might go ahead and take down a couple of like the belly bands and ink stuff real quick before I come back, so it'll go a little bit faster on camera. All right, guys, I will just talk to you soon. All right, bye, guys.